And we're live. Welcome back to another episode, second of the week, Black and White Takes. Got the two other boys in the house, Jason, Simi. We're going to get right into it. We've got a full slate of NBA games. Unfortunately, since I jangled kind of behind on this Magic Celtics game, but we still have two to talk about. And then I think the big one tonight is the Warriors Rockets. I've got a big stake in that game that I will reveal a little later on in the show. How y'all feeling today?
Chilling, bro. All good. Jay, how you doing over there, bro?
Sorry, guys, I'm not locked in, man. I was doing something on my computer. What's going on, gentlemen?
Staring at?
I know, man. Jeez. It's all good. I wasn't locked in either. We were supposed to start like 45 minutes ago. But anyways, I haven't I haven't looked too much at the game that's happening right now, but I don't want to completely go over it. The big news in that game is that Jason Tatum is out. I believe he has a wrist injury. He was listed as doubtful for most of the day and then ruled out, I think, within an hour before tip-off. So big news. I made a comment in our group chat that it's still pretty crazy that with their star player out, that the Celtics are still, and we're still at the closing line, a double-digit favorite. I know Jace over here is a big Tatum guy, so I think that shows the type of caliber player he is and how much he means to this team.
Dude, I mean, that's harsh. I think it's pretty unbelievable though. Like, dude, it did not seem that bad, man. Like a long way from the heart. You got to get out there and play. It's playoff basketball. What are we doing, Tatum? So I get some of the hate, man. I'm not a big believer in Tatum in terms of like toughness and mentality. Like, but at the end of the day, he produces on the court, and that's all. That's all I will give him props for. What he's been to, I think 6 out of 8 Eastern Conference finals since he's been in the league. 2 finals, 1 finals championship. I mean, the dude is a winning piece for a championship like organization. So I will take my hat off and give that to him at least.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's you're right. You can't deny the success that he's had early in his career. And as I do take a second to look at the score, it looks like the Celtics are up by 9 with about 8 minutes left in the first half. So they definitely do have the potential to still cover this number. I can't lie. I was intrigued and interested in possibly taking the Magic, but the fact that it still was a double-digit spread without their best player, and this is a playoff game, not just a regular season game, I did think that was a little funky. And as I say that, the Celtics are now up 11. So I think anytime you're playing a team that shoots, most of their shots from 3 and are not as slow of a pace team as the Magic, they can blow out anybody with or without Tatum.
Right. And that's the thing, right? Like shooting's so valued in the NBA right now. Which is why I thought it was funny. Like our slander of Giannis was getting so much hate on TikTok because the ability to shoot is such an important aspect to just opening up the court and being like good in today's NBA. Like you got to be able to shoot. So it's no surprise to me that the Celtics are going to go on to cover. And I don't think that's a knock on Tatum, man. It's just like their role pieces are so good. Their organization is so good. Their coach is incredible. Jaylen Brown is so winning piece too, and he's out there. Al Horford's out there. I mean, Peyton Pritchard's balling. Derek White was on the Olympic team. Drew Holiday. Like, let's not act like this isn't Kristaps Porzingis. Like they are. I mean, Jason Tatum is just a piece that they go through, and he produces really well for them. But like, dude, their team is insane in depth and in talent. So, Simi, you got any thoughts on this? I don't think you're a Tatum hater, are you?
Not really. No, he's not like my guy, like you were saying. But I'm definitely not a hater. Definitely recognize greatness when I see it. But yeah, like CK, I was gonna lean Magic plus 10 here, but I kind of like to stay away from these games where there's injuries and the line moves around. I feel like the supporting cast usually likes to get up when the star goes down, so I definitely would have stayed away from this game. Glad I did not bet it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I don't want to spend too long on this game, but I do have to say, like, the Celtics are in an interesting position. So obviously they're coming off a championship year, but there's just a lot of injury concerns. And it's interesting because obviously their players are playing through it. I'm pretty sure that Jalen Brown's had an issue with his knee. You've got Jason Tatum now with this wrist. And the thing about this wrist injury and having had a wrist injury, it's not something that's a quick fix. It's something that, yes, Jason Tatum is going to have to play through. There probably is a part of the team that's like, hey, we can get it done against the Magic at home without you. Maybe take at least one game off. But regardless of when Jason Tatum does come back, assuming he'll be back for game 3, this is definitely something that's going to have to be, played through, and he's going to have to deal with for the remainder of the playoffs. So, this isn't the same Celtics team that's completely healthy in the sense that, everybody's good to go and they're, the books are even showing that they're not even favored. And this is, I think, one of the best teams, of this generation. Just if you look at this team from last year and this year.
Yeah, fair point. CK though, I wanna present you with something since you seem to hate on me for liking Tatum's talent, but what does this say about Paolo? He can't compete in a game when Tatum is out. Like it says just as much about him, someone who you're super bullish on and have loved since he was at Duke and came into the NBA. So what does this say about him?
Yeah, I agree. I think it shows there's levels to this, what we call stardom in the NBA. You've got stars, young stars like Paolo. You can even throw even though I think Paolo's arguably a step ahead, but another guy that comes to mind is LaMelo Ball, but he's probably in a tier below just because it's not like he's actually winning games and making it to the playoffs. But my point is there's levels to like being a star that's, ready right now to make a deep playoff run versus being a star that's, just a star on a team that's not really competing. If we're actually being honest, like, yes, the Magic are, they're middle of the pack. They're a team that had to play into the tournament or into the playoffs this year. So I think that they've got ways to go. I don't think Paolo's the type of generational talent that is ready to go right now. I think that they're definitely going to have to get some more pieces around him. They're going to need better guard play. They have Corey Joseph starting right now. I think this series would be different, and I would definitely be in favor of the Magic getting at least one, possibly 2 games if Jalen Suggs was playing. So
true. Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, you guys want to move on from this game? I think we should just rapid fire the next. I guess we could go the next 2 games tonight and then the 3 games tomorrow. Just give our picks out for the audience.
The Heat game just started, unfortunately.
Well, we're still going to give our pick.
Yeah,
all
right,
give our pick. Go ahead, Jace. Give your pick.
I'm on Cavs -12.
Me too. Cavs are nothing here.
All right. We've got all 3 of us on the Cavs. I'm on the Cavs too. I think that there's too much love for this Heat team. Sorry, I'm not going to do a whole spiel on it, but this team is different without Jimmy Butler. That's all.
We'll break it down later. All right. Lock in. Warriors versus Rockets tonight. -3.5. I know I'm on Warriors what am I saying? I'm on Rockets +3.5. -3.5. I'm jangling. Sorry, guys. Got to lock in.
CK, I know you got a nice position here.
Yeah, I'm on the Rockets spread as well. I'm actually technically for my position, I'm on the Rockets money line. I got them at -155 on DraftKings last night. But I also do like the spread, so I would be on Rockets -3.5 bounce back spot.
I'd be on the complete opposite side. I like the Dubs this entire series.
You like a sweep?
Dude, I was talking about this during game 1 with my friends, but I could see a sweep or a gentleman sweep in this. I think if you agree with this edge, I think we're stealing money here, and we can get a +4 on Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler.
Dude, that's not bad. Not a bad thought.
Yeah, wait, we're not going through all the games, are we?
Up to you, brother.
Yeah, wait, you're not going. I just want to make sure. Are you moving on to tomorrow, or can we talk?
No, I wasn't. I was ready to talk to him. Let's break them down.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess we'll stay on that Warriors Rockets game. Jace, I feel like you should be on the Warriors, man. I feel like you're. I don't know if you're like
So,
trusting or riding the
all
hot
right,
wave with me
no,
or.
no, 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 no. So I was actually talking about this with a buddy at work today, and I was kind of thinking about the T Wolves game last night, and just like the Lakers and that series as well. I think the Warriors are content going 1-1 on the road in Houston.
Yeah.
So and it's a get back spot for the Rockets. I know I texted you guys this morning. I'm also on Jalen Green over 2.5. I got at plus over 2.5 threes at plus 140. Um, I think is a bounce back spot. And with kind of how bad Sagoon played against Draymond, I think the Rockets are going to scheme up something for Jalen Green. He's been a mismatch nightmare all regular season against the Warriors. And you got number 2 out there trying to guard him on the Warriors. I mean, I know it's disrespectful to call NBA players by their numbers, but we're doing it here on the podcast. I don't know. I think Jalen Green tonight. What's up?
Is that Pods, bro? Is that
Yeah,
Pods?
number 2.
That's your
No,
boy.
he's number 2 until further notice. But yeah, no, I think Jalen Green gets loose tonight. I think they play a lot more through him, put Steph Curry in some tough situations to guard. And I do. I think the Rockets win this. It's a tight one tonight. I could see it being like a 7-point game. Rockets.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I actually think that this is a similar spot as we saw last night. I don't, yeah, we didn't actually get to recap last night, but I tweeted out on the Black and Whites X page that I was on the Lakers minus 5.5. Obviously, we know that went well. It was a little scary at the end after the T Wolves cut it to single digits temporarily, but the Lakers did end up covering. But this is a similar spot. You know, you've got a home team, technically a higher seed, however much you think that matters. That disappointing game one, and oftentimes I think you get these teams on the road first round of the playoffs that are just more than happy to split the first 2 games and head back home with it being 1-1. So I think that this is just a good spot to back this Rockets team. And the other thing I want to point out is that the Rockets, I mean, they didn't play bad defensively against Steph Curry. You just saw Steph making Steph plays, honestly. Like, Steph had some crazy shots. I was watching back the highlights, and dude, like, his shots were crazy. They were not playing bad defense on him. It's just was better offense. So I do think that the Rockets have what it takes to limit him, and they'll be able to create some opportunities.
I agree with you, but the Warriors also, I mean, some of their role guys also miss a lot of open shots, but
yeah, that's true.
And usually,
but Steph was being Steph.
Steph was being Steph, but they had a stretch in the third quarter where they had a lot of turnovers. I mean, you can argue it either way, right? Like, I see both sides of that. Like, yeah, the Rockets weren't bad defensively. Steph had some crazy shots. Role players also usually play better in game 2. They miss some easy shots in game 1. Also had some unnecessary turnovers between number 4 and number 2 out there for the Warriors. It was just a colossal turnover fest. So Alec, is your reasoning for backing the Warriors solely because of Steph and Jimmy?
Dude, yeah, I want to rank the top 5 players in this series.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I think if you like the Warriors in this series, I think you can literally steal money.
No, yeah, I agree. So, but would you be taking the +4? Or would you be taking the money line tonight?
I'd just take the points on the +4.
True.
Like CK said, it is a home team that lost game 1. Obviously, going to be up for game 2, but I think the Rockets are outclassed here. I think they're kind of a fraudulent 2 seed, and I think the Warriors are very underseeded. So
yeah,
this matchup is just kind of funny. I think the Warriors have a very obvious edge. And if we ranked the top 5 players in the series, you guys got Steph at 1, obviously. And then I would have Jimmy Butler at 2.
Yeah.
After that, it kind of opens up. But I feel like the Warriors just kind of have more class than this Rockets squad, and I think the Rockets are a little bit over their head.
Dude, I actually really agree with that take. Only because I don't know what else the Rockets can do, right? Like, what option do they are who they are. Like, what option do they have to go to tonight to really get them going? like to fix their offensive problems? Like, what options do they have, Cameron?
I mean, they have some talented scorers. I mean, we know Fred VanVleet did not have a good game one. He never really plays well against Steph Curry, but we do know he's capable of making shots. Jabari Smith, even if he's coming off the bench, which I'm pretty sure he is, another the guy that can shoot for them. They've got Cam Whitmore too, another bench guy coming off the bench.
Dude,
but again, like the thing
he didn't
is,
step on the court last game.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. They're not even really utilizing him, but those are the type of changes that they're going to have to consider because right now, they're going with this really heavy defensive lineup. Thompson is great, but he's not necessarily a perimeter shooter at all. Jalen Green, I think he's just kind of in a slump right now. But I want to give my ranking. Well, before I do that, Simi, let's each give our rankings. You want to finish your top five? So you said Steph and Jimmy B.
All right. Yeah, I'll close out my top five. After Steph and JB, I would put Şengün at 3, and then Draymond at 4, and maybe Fred VanVleet at 5. But yeah, I think Steph and Jimmy Butler just clear anyone on that list and clear that Rockets team so much.
Yeah, I like that. Do you have yours, Jason, or you want me to go?
Yeah. Ranking the top 5 players in the Warriors versus Rockets series, I got Steph at 1, Jimmy Butler at 2, Draymond at 3, Şengün at 4. Dude, and then I guess I'd probably go. I'm gonna say probably Thompson. At 5, only in terms of like who I think is probably gonna be the best player from the remaining guys. I think he has the most upside. I guess in the series though, I agree. Fred VanVleet.
Or Jalen Green at 5. I could put that.
Wait,
too.
who's your 3, Jess, again?
Draymond, 100%. I mean, we saw how he guarded Şengün. It was such a problem for like the Rockets came in game planning trying to go at Draymond, and he was all sorts of trouble for their offensive rhythm and offensive flow. And I think they're going to go to something different, and that's why I'm on that Jalen Green prop because I think they have to do something different. That did not work last game.
And then your 4 is who?
Şengün,
Okay,
or
gotcha.
whatever, the Turkish guy.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. Yeah, mine's kind of similar to Simi's. It starts the exact same. I've got Steph, Jimmy B, and then Şengün at 3. And then my ending to round it out, I've got Thompson at 4, and then Jalen Green at 5. So I feel like that's
Dog, what?
That's pretty clear cut for me.
Draymond's not even in your top 5?
No. What?
Disrespectful.
Yeah, no way.
That's the defensive player of the year.
Dude, what?
Yeah, I do not care.
There's 2 sides of the basketball, brother.
We do not care.
Dude, that's so disrespectful.
Insert the Mike Tomlin right here.
Bro, we actually have to sit on this. That's a wild take. Draymond's not in your top 5 in this series?
No, at this point in his career, I mean, again, like you have to think this is for.
Did you watch?
Series.
Did you watch last game?
Well, yes, I know Draymond had a good game and he definitely had an impact. But I'm just saying, with the type of team that the Rockets are, I just don't think Draymond has as big of an impact as he would against like a different type of team with like even like the Thunder or like a team that relies heavily on scoring. I would say.
Chat, expose him.
I mean, it's both sides of the ball.
Clip this.
I don't think Draymond
this.
at this point in his career is a top 5 player in the series.
Dude, he's a defensive player of the year.
Yeah. Like we're not talking about Giannis. No, I'm just kidding. I just said that for clickbait. We're not talking about like Klay Thompson at this point of his career. Like, have you been watching Draymond Green? He's had like one of his historically best defensive years of his career.
Yeah, I mean, we've had one game so far. I guess I'm viewing it as judging the future impact that he's going to have on this series. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's going to be as much as the other guys that I listed. I'm trying to pull up the
That explains why you're on the Rockets tonight, CK. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that's scoring 4
No,
points just not going to make my top 5 in the NBA at this point. So he had 4 points last game. So,
bro, did you watch? You didn't watch. I don't think you did. You see
bro, he had 4
how
points. This is the NBA. Come on, man.
and he locked up the freaking your third best player, man.
All right, cool. He's a good defender, but there's
He's a
two
great
sides of the
defender.
ball here. Yeah, he is a great defender. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have a hot take like this.
Yeah, this is.
I don't
it's
think
not
he's
even
even the
hot.
best.
It's like a lava. It's.
I don't even think Draymond Green is.
You're
the
gonna
best
get
defender in
burned.
this series. I don't think he's the best defender in this series.
Dude,
Who,
you're
Dylan Brooks?
no. He's gonna say Thompson, but
Yeah,
he's
I'm
so
in Thompson.
he's so dumb. Like, dude,
We'll see.
you're not intelligent with this because you're talking about two different things. You're talking about athleticism and arm ball and short. All that might be true, but in terms of production in NBA playoff game, every coach in the NBA right now would take Draymond Green over Thompson right now. Only because of how vocal he's going to be, rebounding, the positioning, the help defense, rim protection, everything Draymond offers is like head and shoulders above what this year 2 guy has to offer. Sure,
Yeah.
he can guard the ball, great. Arm ball defense is like a quarter of defense in the NBA.
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
me
I completely,
Thompson.
I completely disagree. I think that, yeah, I mean, if I'm even looking at Sengun on the box score, he shot 11 of 18 at 26 points. It's not like Draymond's out here they're down their arguably best player. Sengun
Dude, you didn't watch the game. You didn't
9
watch the
boards.
game.
I don't know. I did watch the game.
He dominated him. Sure, he went 11 for 18, but he funneled him into taking the shots he wanted and like not getting other guys involved. And was able
Sengun,
to
5 turnovers.
Sengun had 5 turnovers too.
Yeah, half that was Draymond.
Yeah. And Draymond's playing two guys a lot of the time because he's in Sengun's like screening and Draymond has to drop. He's playing 2 guys. Like you don't understand, but it's fine. Take Thompson as the best defender in the series. That's once again, we'll clip it.
I mean, Thompson had more rebounds and assists than Draymond too. I just want to put that out there. I mean, hey, it's not that crazy, but we'll keep it moving. We can agree to disagree.
All right.
Let's see. So those are the 3 games today. What's the score on this Cavs game?
I was about to ask the same question.
So it looks like the Celtics are up 5 with 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the first half. So that's definitely a game to keep an eye on. And then the Heat Cavs, we've got the Cavs up by 4 with 30 seconds left in the first.
The Magic came back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely. I mean, if the Magic are gonna get a game this series, I honestly feel like it has to be tonight. So, as crazy as that is to say, but let's talk about. I kind of want to. We should have probably started with the reactions to last night, just from like a series perspective, because I know it's sometimes hard to just talk about individual games when these are like 7-game series. So last night we had the Pacers and the Bucks. I did end up also betting the Bucks last minute, which I deeply regretted. Very painful to watch. The Bucks did have a late. They basically got dominated the entire game, but they had a late push at the end of the game where I think they cut it down to maybe 3 or something. But then the Pacers just obliterated them for the final 30 seconds or whatever that was. So we see the Pacers now go up 2-0 on the series, taking both games at home. This series is now coming to Milwaukee for game 3. Jace, are you still pretty confident that the Pacers are winning this in 5 or less, or?
Yeah, 100%. There's nothing encouraging about what the Bucks are doing right now. I mean, what bright spot? I think they're in the same predicament as the Rockets, if we're being honest. Like, I don't know what else they can do. We know Giannis is gonna get I've been sharp over this series and how the games have. I was on Pacers spread both games, so in terms of getting downhill, that's what Giannis is gonna do. He's gonna try to get to the rim. He's gonna try to get to the foul line. He hasn't attempted a single 3 this entire series. The Pacers are funneling him to taking mid-range jump shots and the shots that he wants. and the other guys are kind of just standing around waiting to get involved. So, I mean, we saw a little bit of a dynamic shift with Dame coming back, but it wasn't enough really to shift the tide anyway, because the Pacers are just the more well-rounded team in my opinion. So yeah, I see this thing maybe probably going to split in Milwaukee, and then the Pacers are going to end it in Game 5 at home, and then the Bucks will enjoy Cancun or Greece. Have fun, Giannis.
Yeah, no, I'm coming around to that. I'm looking at the series price right now. Right now, it's Pacers minus 520 to win outright, and then the series spread is minus 2.5. You can get the Pacers minus 104 or plus 2.5. Bucks minus 118. Simi, if you were to bet the series spread at 2.5, are you leaning towards the Bucks potentially getting to, or are you seeing Pacers definitely in 5 or less?
5 or less, brother. I don't see the Bucks winning both at home. I see them winning one at home. I think it ends 5 or 4-1 though.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think there's value on. I don't think there's necessarily value on this plus 400. If I'm being honest, I would like at least a plus 500, even though they're only down 2-0. But if I had to make a bet on the series spread, I would still probably bet the Bucks plus 2.5. Even if they do split, I do think that the Bucks. I think like if they're able to win Game 4 somehow, like even if they go down 3-0 and they're able to win Game 4 somehow, I think that could maybe be enough momentum for them to be in a similar position, but even better, hopefully, than they were last game, and have a chance to win Game 5, rather than betting that that the Pacers' dominance continues. But we'll see.
Dude, what can they get better at? What can the Bucks get better at to close this margin? I mean, Giannis had 34 last night. Bobby Portis had 28, 6 for 11 from 3. Like, Damian Lillard, sure, but I don't know if you're going to get really a stellar game out of Damian Lillard. I mean, he's coming back off missing a month. Like, where do they make this up?
Simi, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, I actually guarantee that the Bucks win Game 3. A Charles Barkley guarantee. Then Game 4 is up in the air, but the Bucks need Kuzma and they need Brook Lopez to shoot the ball, and then Gary Trent and KPJ too. But I think Gary Trent, Kuzma, and Brook Lopez are gonna make it happen for them in Game 3, and the Bucks get a dub.
Yeah, Jess, have you seen the spread on this Game 3 coming up?
No, I'll look right now. What is it?
No, don't look. What do you think it is?
I would probably say Bucks minus 1.5.
Yeah, no, it's Bucks minus 4.5, which is wild.
Yeah, give me Pacers plus 4.5, and give me Pacers. We'll sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Put cherry on top of it.
Yeah, you're looking at a plus 166, but 4.5 is pretty. Like those are the type of plays, even similar to this Rockets game, where the book is like, hey, even though this team has sucked and got smoked on the road, like the book is like basically has the same mindset of what Simi just said. Like you can count on the Bucks definitely winning this game. It definitely will be close, but I agree they are going to win this game.
Guaranteed Bucks win Game 3.
Yeah, they have to. It's a desperation spot.
I don't think they do.
Hey, that's bold, but I respect it.
I'm literally, I will stand on that. I love the Pacers here still at plus 4.5.
You could be stealing money there, son.
There's nothing that the Bucks can do to, like, in my opinion, to steal a game. They're totally outmanned.
Unlike the Rockets, though, the Bucks have star power.
But their star power only takes twos. He's scoring 34 points on 22 shots. Like, it's not going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean Dame is still star power. I mean he's not the same as he was earlier
Bro,
in his career.
he missed a month of basketball. Sure, okay. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get a good game from. This is just my. I mean, it's just my hot take. I don't think we get a good game from Dame this series.
I could see that as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I
no,
think
it'll
his
be
best game is Game 3.
yeah. No, it'll be something to keep an eye on. We'll probably so that game's not till Friday. I
Yeah.
guess today's Wednesday. But yeah, so I guess if we're kind of split here, Jess obviously likes the Pacers, and that makes sense with his logic. But definitely a lot to see what's going to happen leading up to the game as well. But moving it on, we got the T Wolves and the Lakers. So obviously, game two, unlike the Bucks, we saw the Lakers come back and really right from the jump. I think at one point it was 31-13 in the first quarter. They just came out on fire, which is really what you want to see after basically dropping an egg game one and getting smoked by the T Wolves. Like I said earlier in the show, it did end up getting cut to single digits in the fourth quarter, but at the end of the day, the Lakers were able to hold them off and even up this series as it heads back to Minnesota. Looking at the line, though, we see that the T Wolves right now are favored by 3 at home. I'll say my pick right up front. Well, this isn't official, but I definitely have a lean right now to the Lakers. I think 3 points is plenty. Where I feel pretty confident just taking the value there. What do you guys think?
And for a shout out, Alec, man, he gave an awesome pick first half. -3.5 Lakers. He said rush to the window and get that ticket in, and I did. I got that ticket in last night in cash. So shout out Semi for that.
Let's go, bro. Nice,
Yeah.
no sweat.
Yeah, no sweat. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. Back to the game. Yeah, I would probably T Wolves coming home. Give me T Wolves -3.
This series is a trip to bet. I don't have the best read on game 3. I'm not going to lie. The line's it's not telling too much. It's just kind of a home court advantage. Here's your 3 points. I think, CK, you mentioned on the last pod that Luka thrives on the road. And I think that's a big, big factor here. He loves going at Rudy Gobert in the pick and roll switch. And he's going to have Rudy right back where he was last year. So I guess if I had to lean, I'd lean Lakers with you, CK, but no strong read here. Kind of a trippy game.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat, man. I think that after this game 3, I'm going to have a much more decisive feel on this series as in terms of like who I think is going to take it. And it's not necessarily going to be whoever even wins. I just need to see just how these two teams play, because I think game 1, we definitely saw a bad Lakers team. And then for a majority of for game 2, we just saw a bad T-Wolves team. So I think this game 3 is going to be very telling. And even if I'm just looking at the series prices, we've got Lakers -112 to win the series and T-Wolves -104. So two minus numbers, basically just showing it's basically a pick 'em at this point. Even the book is like flip a coin. We'll see. So it'll be interesting. But that's all I've really got on that series. I do want to definitely see how
I want to
Luka
say something
does
real quick.
on the
I've been
road.
surprised. I've been surprised with how bad the role players have been playing for the Lakers at home for the first 2 games.
Wait, who? Sorry, I missed
The
this.
role players for the Lakers have been playing very bad in their first 2 home games. So it's super interesting, right? And I don't really expect them to play better on the road. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I've said it
I think-
for the beginning. They're not a deep team. I don't think they have good role players like the
well,
T-Wolves.
even their starters like Austin Reeves has not been great
Oh.
at home.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
So I think this could just really be a matchup nightmare for the Lakers with Jaden Daniels and how long some of the other guys are on like the T Wolves, Naz Reid, right? Like, so I think it is kind of a matchup nightmare for their role players, and that's why I just lean T Wolves at home. Those guys, I think you're already always going to shoot better at home too. So I mean, T-Wolves -3. I think it's pretty obvious, but when I'm confident about something, fade, fade, fade.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You bring up a good point, though. Like, Austin Reeves needs to step it up if the Lakers are going to win this series. Like, he
Absolutely.
can't. I haven't even seen necessarily the box score, but I just like
0
there's
for
no
6
like.
last night from 3.
Yeah, he can't be getting outplayed by Mike Conley or DiVincenzo. Like, he needs to be the third behind Luke after Luca and Ant. He needs to be like the next best guard on the floor. And if he's not, that's just not good. So.
Nah.
And the Lakers trust him. Like Luca and LeBron have shown, especially towards the end of the season, even when Luca got there, that Austin Reeves is a closer. He's someone that they trust in crunch time. So it'll be good to see what happens.
Facts.
Let's see. That's pretty much all I've got. I guess we can touch on the Thunder and the Grizzlies real quick. Another pretty dominant fashion for the Thunder. They covered the spread again. But again, I still definitely see this heading to a 4-0 series sweep, even though we're heading back to Memphis.
Yeah. I mean, we should hit on the Knicks versus Pistons tomorrow, Thunder versus Grizzlies, and Nuggets versus Clippers.
I know. I'm all jammed up. I thought we went through all the series, but I forgot how many there are first round.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
So Knicks versus Pistons. Who do you got, Semi? It's Pistons +1 right now.
What's the line? You said +1.
+1. Pistons +1.
Katie Green line. Basically a pick 'em.
It's a tough bet. I feel like the Pistons have figured out something in these last 2 games in New York. I think I'd be on Detroit game 3. Not a strong read though.
What about you, CK?
Yeah, man. I'm all Detroit here. I really like I like this team a lot, and especially now that they're going back home, it seems like they did figure something out. I think Kate understands like if he needs to be that guy, and they need to obviously go through him. And going back home, I mean, I think it's gonna do nothing but help this Detroit team. So I think if there's any ounce of you that likes Detroit or sees them as alive in this series or to cover like the +1.5 series spread, you definitely have to back them in game 3.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is not the game 3 to back the Knicks here, man. Like, I mean, this city's looking for his first playoff win in Detroit since what, 08? I think.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. This place is gonna be rocking. They finally have something to believe in, and Kate Cunningham. And like you said, Cameron, he figured it out. He knows he needs to step up and be that guy and score 30. He's proven he can do it against this team. And dude, they're confident against this team. They are not afraid of the Knicks at all. And I think, as I mentioned this last time when we were talking about this game, but I think as this series goes on, it's only going to get worse for the Knicks. I mean, we saw it kind of last year, I think, against the Pacers. I mean, they just get, as the series goes on, they get banged up and guys get hurt with how many minutes they logged during the regular season and how physical the playoffs get. So yeah, Pistons +1. I think we can go ahead and make that official pick.
The Knicks are missing Hartenstein and DiVincenzo more than people are talking about, I think.
That's a good
point. Speaking of DiVincenzo, I expect DiVincenzo to turn up in Minnesota. That's one of the role players that I think should get off. But yeah, I think they don't have the same identity without those 2 guys. And I know they added Mikal Bridges, but it just doesn't feel the same in New York as it did last year.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right. Thunders versus Grizzlies. Who we got? Grizzlies are currently laying +9.
Yeah, I see an 8.5 here over on FanDuel. I want to wait because I always get nervous when I see a relatively big favorite that I like to bet it immediately. But -8.5 on the Thunder. I mean, this is just, if there's a type of trifecta we call for the first quarter, first half, full game. If there's like a trifecta series version that's more than just a 4-0 sweep, I want every bit of that. Where like I could see the Thunder actually covering every single game too. So I would definitely lean to the Thunder -8.5.
Simi?
I would grab nuts here and take the Grizzlies. This is the
Dang.
only game that I would take the Grizzlies though, but yeah, this is definitely a big balls. Close your eyes and get to the window with the 9.5. Hope for the best.
Daggum. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with CK here. I think I'd go Thunder -8.5. Pretty uninspiring game to watch. Probably wouldn't watch it. Probably definitely not gonna bet it, but I'll leave that to you, CK.
Yeah, we'll see. I definitely get Simi's logic too. Like, it feels like the whole public's probably gonna freak out and take the Thunder, getting them under below double digit, I should say, favorite. But yeah, this definitely is a sneaky spot where the Grizzlies could very well be alive and in this game come the fourth quarter and cover the spread. But I don't know. I didn't like what I saw from the Grizzlies in game two. Ja just didn't look like he cared. He was. I don't know if you guys saw this one layup he threw up, but he's out here playing LaMelo ball, like street ball, like I don't even care anymore. Basketball. So I don't want to back a team where their leader just doesn't seem to care.
I'd just
Yeah, I
be
feel
praying
that.
for a backdoor on that 8.5 or 9.5. Like I said, close your eyes and literally pray for a backdoor. Or you could maybe find an edge in the first half or first quarter if maybe the Grizzlies will turn up for half of this game and then kind of lose focus and the Thunder take over. But
Yeah.
not super interested in betting this entire series unless you have a series price that's Thunder sweep.
Right. Dude, I don't know. I could see like Desmond Bain snapping for like 9 threes, like one of these games, and trying to guess which one. I don't know. By all means, you guys can try that. I'm not going to try to be the one who hits blackjack on that. So
Dirty gambling, brother.
yeah. So I'm just avoiding this. But I mean, even the Thunder's role players are just so much better than like what the Grizzlies have to offer with their uninspiring like starting lineup. So it just doesn't go well for them.
Yeah.
Last game. Nuggets versus Clippers.
Yeah.
You got it.
Nuggets versus Clippers. Let's see. This is another tough one. But I will say, if I'm just looking at this game 3 line, I mean, it's Clippers -5. I don't know why that seems like way too many. Like that's tough. I would love to take the Clippers like -3, -2.5, but -5, -220 on the money line. That might be way too steep for me.
Seems trappy though, man.
And I'm really not out, even though with all the coaching drama. I feel like the Nuggets, they've done better than I expected, I'll say, so far in the playoffs. Jokic is playing hard. He's playing quality minutes for the most part. He's made a couple. I think he made some like brain dead move at the end of the game too. Did you guys see that? He
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. He like just threw up a shot. He didn't need to, and he just like I don't know what he was doing. He thought the shot clock was out at the end of the game. But I don't know. I really like this
thing about his horses.
I like this Nugget team. I like we just I don't know. We just need to see how game 3 goes. I'm not sure that this is a place where I want to be on the Clippers. But I don't even know what to make of this right now. What do you guys think?
Simi?
Yeah, the line's a trip. Kind of similar with all of the other lines in this series. I think I would avoid the Nuggets. here, I think.
Yeah.
I definitely do not want to lay 5.5 with the Clippers. That does seem like a lot, like you were saying, CK.
Yeah.
So yeah, lean Clippers to win here. Need James Harden locked in, and definitely know that like Nick Batum is going to be making some annoying threes at home. I think Jokic was making some like off balance threes in the game, which was surprising me, which was keeping them around, keeping them covering that spread. I think some of those like one off type of shots that were going in to keep the Nuggets in the game are not going to go down in LA. Lean Clippers. Jay, what you got?
Dude, I lean actually Clippers -5 here as well. I'm looking to see what a so you can get -111 moneyline parlay, OKC and Clippers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at.
I love that.
That's exactly what I was looking at. Because I was like, I don't know if I want to take the 5. If you like the Clippers, try to play the money line, parlay it with the Thunder. On FanDuel, it's -121, but that is,
On
That
DraftKings,
is-
it's -111.
yeah, I'm gonna take that for tomorrow. That'll probably be the play for me tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, we have a. Oh, that was weird. That's a weird comment. But all right, sorry.
We got
There's
comment?
a chat, and I just we're gonna ignore that one. But yeah, so I would lean Clippers if I was betting the spread, -5. But I just think going back home, kind of away from the PG saga, and oh, what the heck?
My fault. Go ahead.
You're away from the PG saga, and you know Kawhi's balling off his injuries. Really hopeful, something to look forward to. I think LA is going to be a firing place, and I think Clippers blow them out in Game 3 actually. But I agree, CK. I think Clippers or Clippers Thunder moneyline parlay might be the play for tomorrow.
Yeah, let's lock. I'm locking that in for myself. So
You can't get there on the Clippers,
Moneyline parlay, boys.
dude. I could see this being a blowout for the Clippers.
I don't know why I'm worried about the Thunder in that parlay, but
Dude,
I
the
like
Grizzlies
it,
do
though.
not want to be playing basketball right now, man.
Yeah,
They remind me
Grizzlies
of
are
like a high school JV team that is like in February and they're just done with the season.
yeah, SGA is not gonna lose that game, bro.
Like
This is over in 4.
Ja already got his play in, man. He's content. He's happy. He's
the playing merchant.
dude. I would
I'm
love to
trying
see
to-
him though, chucking some grenades though in this game. If he got hot and he was just firing grenades.
Like I'm trying to think of a reason to back the Nuggets. Just like there's plus 5.5, like -5.5 on most books right now, or on some books, I should say. Like that's crazy.
Dude, I think Clippers are the play here, man.
Yeah, it looks like the sharps are on the Clippers, but most of the money and bets right now are on the Nuggets.
It makes sense though. Your role players they really competed against the Nuggets in 2 tough games on the road. And they get to come home. Their role players always play better at home. Your stars even play better at home. And the other team's role players play worse. So it's like I think the edge just leans Clippers -5.5.
Yeah.
Like Norman Powell's gonna shoot better. He's gonna be more involved. You know what you're getting from Harden, Zubac, and Kawhi, right? Like, and then you might get honestly head ass Jamal Murray, the worst of the worst when he's lost like a goose, like I don't think he shows up for this game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good enough cap for me to place that as a lock. So.
CK,
And then-
you heating up something in the microwave?
Did you hear that? Is it picking that up?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not me. It's not me. Maybe. All right. Anything else before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm good. I think we covered it.
All right. Well, if you haven't already and you're watching the rerun, like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok. Shout out to Simi for getting our IG page running finally. We will be back probably either tomorrow at the very latest on Monday to react to these game threes. But like I said, like, subscribe.